You know those little spice jars sitting quietly in your kitchen, almost forgotten in the back of the cabinet? Well, two of them might be doing a lot more for you than just adding flavor to your food. Most people have no idea, but some of these simple and incredibly cheap spices have a hidden power that even doctors were surprised to see when they looked at results in patients with diabetes. And I know when we hear things like that, it sounds like an exaggeration, but today I want to show you why these two herbs, often sold as cooking spices, are getting so much attention from serious researchers. By the way, if you like tips like this, simple, practical, and useful for your daily life, go ahead and subscribe to the channel now. We post new videos every single day, and if you're already subscribed, you know this is a place where we always talk with care and share trustworthy advice. This isn't a miracle, and it's not a promise of a cure. It's science. There are studies showing that certain compounds in these herbs help balance blood sugar, protect the pancreas, and even improve circulation. You might have been using one of them for years without knowing any of this, or maybe you stopped using it, thinking it was just a garnish. But after this video, you'll see those little spice jars with new eyes, and maybe, just maybe, turn them into a simple habit that helps your health every single day. When most people think of basil, they picture a fresh green leaf on top of a pizza or pasta. But basil is much more than just a decorative herb. It's actually full of compounds that support health, especially for people living with diabetes. Basil can help lower blood sugar, reduce stress, and even soothe inflammation. And the best part? It's cheap, easy to find, and simple to use at home. Scientific studies have shown that basil contains eugenol and caryophyllene, two natural compounds that can help regulate blood sugar. These substances work by improving insulin sensitivity and supporting better glucose metabolism. That means your body can process sugar more effectively, helping prevent spikes and crashes. For diabetics, that's not just good, it's essential. And all that, just from a little leaf. One easy way to include basil in your daily routine is by making a simple tea. Just boil 1 cup of water, turn off the heat, and add 5 to 6 fresh basil leaves. Let it steep for 5 to 10 minutes. Drink this once or twice a day, preferably after meals. Some people like to add a slice of ginger or a drop of lemon for extra flavor. It's a warm, soothing drink that your body will thank you for. Another option is to blend basil into a smoothie. Sounds unusual? Not really. Basil pairs surprisingly well with strawberries or cucumbers. Try a green smoothie with spinach, cucumber, a handful of basil, and unsweetened almond milk. This combination is refreshing, low in sugar, and rich in antioxidants. Plus, it's a great way to cool down and nourish your body naturally. If you enjoy cooking, basil is your best friend. Add chopped basil to tomato-based dishes, lentil soups, or grilled vegetables. It brings flavor without added salt or sugar, which is perfect for diabetic-friendly meals. You can also mix it into scrambled eggs, homemade salad dressings, or sprinkle it on top of roasted chicken. Just a few leaves make a big difference, both in taste and health. Here's a tip many people don't know. Basil can help with nerve pain. If you have diabetic neuropathy, that burning, tingling feeling in your hands or feet, basil's anti-inflammatory properties might ease the discomfort. Drinking basil tea regularly or applying a warm basil compress on sore areas can bring gentle relief. Of course, it's not a cure, but it may calm the symptoms naturally. Feeling anxious or overwhelmed? Basil might help with that too. One of its traditional names is holy basil or tulsi, known in ancient medicine for calming the mind. And as you probably know, stress raises blood sugar, which is why managing anxiety is just as important as watching your diet. A warm basil tea or even chewing on fresh leaves may help relax both your mind and your glucose levels. For those who prefer stronger flavors, try making a homemade basil pesto. Use fresh basil leaves, garlic, a handful of walnuts or almonds, olive oil, and a touch of lemon juice. Blend everything and use it as a dip or sauce. Just skip the cheese and extra salt to keep it diabetic friendly. This pesto can turn plain veggies into something delicious, and it keeps well in the fridge for a few days. Did you know that basil can even help support your immune system? It's rich in antioxidants like vitamin C and flavonoids, which protect your cells from damage. For diabetics, that's important because high blood sugar can weaken immunity over time. Adding basil to your meals or drinking it as tea is a gentle way to protect your body from the inside out. Some people also make basil oil at home. Simply soak fresh basil leaves in warm olive oil and let it sit for a few days. This infused oil can be used on salads, steamed vegetables, or even rubbed gently onto dry skin. And because basil reduces inflammation, it might help with minor skin irritations, which can be a problem for diabetics with poor circulation. If you grow herbs at home, basil is a great one to start with. It grows easily in small pots, needs sunlight and doesn't require much space. Having fresh basil at arm's reach makes it more likely you'll use it regularly. Plus, the smell is uplifting, and there's something healing about touching and growing your own food. Even just a few leaves can brighten your day and your plate. Some people like to chew fresh basil leaves after a meal. This can help with digestion and even improve breath. But more importantly, basil may help prevent blood sugar spikes that sometimes happen after eating. It's a small habit, but over time, it could make a big difference in how your body handles glucose. Just 1 or 2 leaves is enough. Looking for a diabetic-friendly snack? Try slicing cucumbers and topping them with fresh basil, a tiny drizzle of olive oil, and a sprinkle of ground flaxseed. It's crunchy, refreshing, and completely sugar-free. This kind of snack not only avoids sugar, but actively supports your blood sugar control and digestive health. And it's fast to prepare too. One interesting study from India found that people who took basil leaf extract had significantly lower fasting blood sugar after just a few weeks. Researchers believe this may be due to improved insulin function and lower stress hormone levels. That's impressive for such a simple herb, and it shows how everyday ingredients can have serious benefits. If your mornings feel sluggish, try starting the day with a warm basil and ginger infusion. It wakes up your digestion, supports your metabolism, and gives your body a gentle energy boost without caffeine. Unlike coffee, this kind of drink won't spike your blood sugar or make you crash later. It's a calming way to begin your day on the right foot. For dinner, consider adding basil to a lentil stew or grilled eggplant dish. These meals are hearty, nourishing, and easy on the blood sugar. Basil adds aroma and freshness, turning simple ingredients into something you'll actually look forward to. Cooking with herbs like basil isn't just about health, it's about joy, creativity, and flavor. Struggling with sugar cravings? Basil might help. Some natural health practitioners suggest chewing basil leaves when a craving hits. The strong flavor interrupts the desire for sweets, and the compounds in basil may actually help stabilize blood sugar. It's not a magic fix, but for some people, it's a useful trick to keep the cravings in check. If you use basil in cooking, avoid overcooking it. High heat can destroy some of its beneficial oils. The best way to preserve its healing properties is to add it at the end of cooking or use it fresh. This keeps the flavor vibrant and protects the nutrients. It's a small detail, but when it comes to herbs, it makes a big difference. Some cultures use basil water as a daily tonic. To try this, soak a few leaves in a glass of water overnight and drink it in the morning. This habit is believed to gently cleanse the system, reduce blood sugar, and support digestion. It's easy, refreshing, and might become one of your favorite morning rituals. If you deal with inflammation in your joints or muscles, basil might help ease that too. Thanks to its natural anti-inflammatory compounds, basil can be a gentle support for diabetic patients dealing with stiffness or soreness. Include it regularly in your meals or try the tea consistently, and over time, some people notice less discomfort. Want a relaxing bath? Add a handful of basil leaves to hot bath water and let it soak. The aroma is calming, and the oils in the leaves can soothe the skin and muscles. For those with diabetic circulation issues or leg pain, this is a comforting and natural way to unwind at the end of the day. Just be careful with water temperature to avoid burns. Some people use basil leaves in homemade foot soaks, especially those with diabetic nerve pain. Add crushed leaves to warm water, soak your feet for 15 minutes, and breathe in the calming scent. It's not a treatment, but it can offer relief, relaxation, and a moment of peace. Little rituals like this can help you feel more in control of your health. If you're sensitive to medication side effects, basil is a gentle option to consider. Always check with your doctor, of course, but many herbalists view basil as one of the safest herbs to use alongside diabetes treatment. It works gradually, naturally, and doesn't interfere with most medications, though it's always best to confirm that for yourself. A fun way to use basil is to freeze it into ice cubes. Blend basil with a little water, pour into ice trays and freeze. Drop these into water or herbal teas to add flavor and antioxidants. It's a simple trick that turns your drinks into something special and keeps your basil fresh for longer. To wrap up this part, remember, basil isn't just a kitchen ingredient. It's a plant with real healing power. Used consistently, it may support your blood sugar, calm your nerves, and bring flavor to your meals. And when something is good, affordable, and easy like this, why not give it a chance? Sage is one of those herbs that often gets overlooked, sitting quietly in the spice rack, used only once in a while for roasted meats. But what many people don't know is that sage holds powerful benefits, especially for people managing diabetes. From blood sugar support to brain health, sage is much more than just a seasoning. and it has been used in traditional medicine for centuries. Recent studies have shown that sage can help lower fasting blood glucose levels. It works by improving insulin sensitivity and enhancing the way your cells absorb sugar. For people with type 2 diabetes, this is a big deal. It means your body uses insulin more efficiently, keeping sugar levels more stable. And the best part, it's natural, affordable, and easy to include in your daily routine. One simple way to enjoy sage is through tea. All you need is a few dried or fresh sage leaves and a cup of hot water. Let it steep for 5 to 7 minutes, then sip slowly. The taste is strong and earthy. Some even say slightly minty. Drink this once a day, preferably after meals, to support digestion and help with blood sugar regulation. It's a calming habit with real health benefits. Another great use for sage is adding it to roasted vegetables. Just sprinkle a small amount of dried sage over sweet potatoes, carrots, or zucchini before baking. It brings out a rich, savory flavor and adds a boost of antioxidants. Sage is especially good when combined with olive oil, which also supports heart health, a common concern for diabetics. If you're into soups or stews, sage is a natural match. Add it to lentil soups, chicken broth, or bean-based dishes. Not only does it elevate the flavor, but it also contributes anti-inflammatory properties. This is important because many people with diabetes also deal with inflammation-related issues like joint pain or fatigue. Sage gently supports the body from within. One lesser-known benefit of sage is its effect on memory and concentration. Researchers have found that compounds in sage help protect brain cells and improve cognitive function. For diabetics, this is especially relevant, since blood sugar imbalance can sometimes affect mental clarity. Drinking sage tea regularly might help keep your mind sharp and focused. Sage is also known for its antibacterial and antifungal properties. This matters more than people think, especially for those with diabetes who are more prone to infections. Using sage in your meals or drinking it as tea can offer a mild protective effect. It's not a replacement for hygiene or medicine, but it's a great extra layer of support. Here's a quick recipe. Sauté chopped mushrooms with garlic and olive oil, then sprinkle in fresh or dried sage at the end. This makes a delicious, low-carb side dish full of flavor and nutrients. Add it to dinner with a piece of grilled fish or chicken, and you have a diabetes-friendly meal that feels gourmet, but takes just minutes to prepare. Want to give your breakfast a twist? Try adding a pinch of sage to scrambled eggs or a veggie omelette. It adds depth without needing extra salt. Too much sodium can raise blood pressure, which is often a concern for diabetics. Sage delivers taste while helping you avoid hidden health traps in processed seasonings. Sage also pairs beautifully with beans. Try adding it to a simple chickpea salad with lemon, olive oil, and parsley. This dish is fiber-rich, blood sugar-friendly, and packed with plant-based protein. Adding sage gives it an earthy balance, and it may help reduce bloating, making your meal even more comfortable to digest. If you're someone who enjoys herbal remedies, you can also try sage tinctures. These are liquid extracts made from the plant, often used a few drops at a time. While it's important to consult your doctor first, many people find tinctures convenient and concentrated. Just a small amount under the tongue can offer calming effects and support digestion. Some people use sage to help with excessive sweating, which can be an issue for those with blood sugar imbalances. It's believed that sage naturally calms the nervous system and reduces perspiration. Drinking sage tea or using it in foot soaks may help regulate sweat and body temperature, a small but meaningful benefit. Speaking of foot soaks, here's a relaxing tip. Add a handful of fresh sage leaves to a bowl of warm water and soak your feet for 15 to 20 minutes. This helps soothe tired legs, improve circulation, and may offer relief from tingling or numbness. It's not a cure for neuropathy, but it's a calming ritual for your evenings. Many women going through menopause also use sage to help with hot flashes. Since hormone changes can affect blood sugar, anything that helps regulate the body may be helpful for diabetic women. If you're in this stage of life, adding sage to your routine might support both hormone balance and glucose control gently and naturally. Want a quick sage seasoning blend? Mix dried sage with garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper, and a touch of paprika. Keep it in a small jar and use it to season vegetables, lean meats, or even popcorn. It's a healthy alternative to pre-packaged spice mixes, which often contain sugar or hidden additives. If you enjoy baking, sage can even be used in savory muffins or grain-free breads. Try combining almond flour, eggs, chopped sage, and grated zucchini for a diabetes-friendly snack. It's filling, full of fiber, and totally free of refined sugar. This is a great way to stay on track without giving up the pleasure of homemade food. Sage oil is another great option. You can make it at home by gently warming olive oil with a handful of sage leaves. Let it cool and strain. Use this oil to dress salads or drizzle over cooked veggies. It brings both flavor and benefits, and because it's homemade, you control exactly what goes into it. Sage is often burned as incense in traditional medicine to cleanse the air. But did you know that simply breathing in its aroma can calm your nervous system? If you feel anxious or restless, common feelings with unstable blood sugar, just rubbing a sage leaf between your fingers and inhaling deeply can help ground you in the moment. Some people make sage and cinnamon tea as a blood sugar support combo. Cinnamon is known for its glucose-lowering properties, and together with sage, it creates a powerful duo. Just add 1 cinnamon stick and a few sage leaves to boiling water. Let it steep and enjoy. It's warming, comforting, and very diabetes-friendly. Want to improve your focus during the day? Try keeping a small sachet of dried sage at your desk or in your purse. Some people say that even the scent of sage helps them feel more alert and calm. It may seem simple, but little tricks like this can help you stay balanced, especially when stress and sugar cravings hit. Another great way to enjoy sage is in roasted cauliflower. Break the cauliflower into florets, toss with olive oil, sea salt and sage, then roast until golden. It's a low-carb, flavorful side dish that pairs well with almost anything and doesn't spike your blood sugar. Even picky eaters tend to love it. Have trouble sleeping? Sage might help there too. A cup of warm sage tea before bed can relax the mind and body. It's caffeine-free, gentle on the stomach, and supports overnight digestion. Better sleep also means better blood sugar control, so this simple habit can have ripple effects throughout your day. Some studies suggest that sage may help lower LDL cholesterol and support heart health. That's good news for diabetics, who often face higher risks of heart disease. While it's not a substitute for medication, adding sage to your meals is an easy step toward a heart-healthy diet, 1 leaf at a time. Don't forget, fresh sage is stronger than dried sage, so use a little less if cooking with the fresh version. A single leaf goes a long way in flavor and aroma. If you're new to sage, start small and see how your body reacts. As with any herb, it's about building a habit slowly, gently, and consistently. To close this block, remember, sage is more than just a holiday herb. It's a plant full of wisdom, just like its name. For those managing diabetes, sage offers gentle support for blood sugar, nerves, digestion, and more. And it does all of this while adding rich, comforting flavor to your meals. And you know what's even more fascinating? There's a certain food combination that many people with diabetes eat every day, thinking it's healthy, but it might actually be doing more harm than good. It's something so common that I wouldn't be surprised if you had it in your fridge right now. Most people never connect it to their sugar spikes, but once you understand how it works, everything starts to make sense. In fact, some doctors have started warning their patients to completely avoid this mix, even though it seems innocent at first. If you've been doing all the right things and still can't bring your glucose down, this could be the missing piece. That's why I'm leaving a video on the screen right now. It explains how to eat better for diabetes in a very simple way. And trust me, there's one tip in there that no one talks about, but once you see it, you'll never forget. You've come this far, so don't stop here. If you miss that video, you might be missing out on the exact habit that's keeping your numbers high. Click now, watch it, and see how small changes can bring big results. This next video might be the one that turns the light on for you. It's right there on your screen. Don't let it pass. Go ahead, click now and take the next step toward more stable, peaceful days. Because when you understand what's really behind your food choices, everything becomes easier, and I want that for you. I'll be waiting for you on the next video. Don't keep me waiting too long. Click it now. See you there. See.